Oh, now I gotta go on TikTok. That's right. I'm trying to think. Did I bring my thing with me? Every kiss begin. Ooh. Oh, okay. Let me. I do not disturb. Ooh. Hey. I hope it's the right time. What's up, everybody? Hey, Simone. How are you? Oh, I gotta answer your question. Forgive me. I will get back to you in Messenger. Uh but I know you're waiting on me, so I will get back to you. Hey Bernice. Hey Miss Darling. Hey Terry. Nicole, how you doing? Still waiting to holler at you, girl. So I know you said we needed to talk. So yes, please let's do that. Hey, Miss Boss, how y'all doing? Well, happy Monday to everybody. Um, if you're a Super Bowl fan, I hope you enjoyed the game, or at least got your party on. I know I did. Okay. Let me see. All right. So quickly, I did want to go over the change that the IRS has implemented. Okay, so let me get to it really quick. So the IRS made a decision that 21 states. Okay, so I'm going to start with this because this just came out today. Um, that 21 states, um, or the individuals who need to file their taxes, and I know most of y'all did already. And this is what gets me about the government. Okay, y'all. First, please like, subscribe, follow if you haven't, um, share all that good stuff. Make sure you hit the like. I'm gonna try to do that so I don't have to have y'all tell me that all the time. But really quickly, so the IRS stated that individuals who live in California, Colorado, Connecticut, Delaware, Florida, Hawaii, Idaho, Illinois, Indiana, Maine, New Jersey, New Mexico, New York, Oregon, Pennsylvania, and Rhode Island. They actually wanted you guys to wait to file your taxes. Now, um, y'all remember I always tell you never to rush out to file your taxes because things change, right? So uh, 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 fortunately, this is not a change that's really going to hurt anybody. But those states that I mentioned, the IRS wanted you guys to wait to file your taxes because they were trying to make a decision on if they were going to make you claim the income that you guys receive. Um, so, if an individual got a tax rebate from your state, a lot of you guys got money from the state. So, Florida is one of those places that you don't have state tax, right? But I don't know if you guys remember, there were certain families that got $400 from the Casey DeSantis, the governor's wife, through some program. So basically, if you received any money from a tax rebate, your any one of those special programs that you got, like the anything that's pandemic related, uh, you do not have to report that money on on your taxes. Is basically what they're saying. Okay, they do have a list. I'm going to actually make a TikTok video and a YouTube video, so I go into it a little more. But they do have a list of all the states and what the state paid you, so that if you were an individual paid from that program, you don't have to worry about it. And I'm gonna give y'all a quick example. A lot of y'all who've had me do y'all taxes, thank you. The link is in the bio. Okay, if you're interested, you guys sent me a 1099G. Okay, a 1099G is information form that you get from the government stating that they paid you something, right? So if you got something from, and this is true, just someone sent me one from Georgia, and it was a their refund, their tax refund. Well, they're saying, hey, you don't have to include that. If you got, you don't have to include that. That would be something like one of the payments you would not have to include. Okay. If you are, I will post a list, like I said, um, the states again, I'll do a video, but I'll put the link. Well, it's probably going to be on my YouTube. Okay. Just so y'all will be able to go and see. If you have a question about it, you can ask and I'll see if I can look it up really quick and let you guys know. Okay. So, all right, let me see here. Hey, Carlos. Simone says, I'm good. How about you? Can you help better explain this transcript thing? Like you read it. Okay. Um, so a lot of y'all are going to be looking at your tax transcript because a lot of you are trying to get your tax refund. You want to see where it is. And unfortunately, a lot of you, if you're not into accounting or if you don't deal with taxes on a regular, you're not you're not going to necessarily understand the way that the tax transcript is written. Okay, in the accounting world, a negative could mean a positive. Okay, and a positive could mean the opposite. It could mean negative. It really depends on how it's put. Um, I will tell you guys if you want me to explain a tax transcript, I actually would have to have one up here. The main thing you need to be paying attention to is on your tax transcript. These are the two main things. Um, well, not two, one thing. But when you're going, where's my refund? To check the status, the main thing you need to be concerned about is the tax code. Okay, you either have it'll say, I think the popular one is I think it's 120, 121. Simone, what's that one that you had? Tell me the name of it. I think it was 122. I don't want to say it wrong, but let me know the one you had, because that's the one I told you don't worry about it. Everything is good. But if you pull your tax transcript, the most important thing you guys need to look at is the date on the bottom of the very last page. Okay, or usually the that date, which is in your tax transcript, is usually like one page, 1.5 page, but that is the date that um the money is or has went to your account. Now, if y'all see April 18th or April 15th, that is the very last day of the of tax season. So if you see that date, that is usually not a good sign. Okay, because, well, IRS wouldn't pay you on the last date. They don't know. They know when they're going to pay you, but that date has never been good. Okay, it's never been good. So if you see that date, I'll be concerned. And pulled your if you went to where's my refund and you don't have a good code, then that's when you need to call the IRS. And I'm waiting to see if Simone's going to put it up there. Let me see what y'all asking over here real quick. Y'all know I'm in a new location. Hey Mo, Tidra, if you want to speak with me, please. The link is in the bio. You guys can reach out to me. Uh, I'm gonna speak to that in just a minute, but I wanted to say this to some folks. When you do the type of stuff that I do, where I talk to people all day long, and I'm accessible. People call my phone from YouTube, from TikTok, and I answer and I talk to people. Okay, so being that I'm that accessible, and that's great. It's an advantage to you guys, and I want to be a blessing. I want to give y'all the information that I can, and I don't mind that. But I do need people to be mindful of the fact that I cannot always drop what I'm doing for somebody. And I wanted to say that to you guys. Anyone here is a business owner, or if you're just a person that is in the position that you do stuff for people, it is okay to be a little selfish with your time. Okay. And that is one thing that I'm learning, that if that rubs someone the wrong way, or that make you not want to do business with me or whatever, sorry. Okay. Um, time is not free, and I give a lot of it away for free. Okay. So I want y'all to know to put a price on your time, and to also be selfish with your time, because people will run you into the ground, and they don't even mean to, but they will, because their needs are always more important than yours. So you need to do the same thing. Okay. So somebody take that as a word. Hey Lawrence, Oh, okay. 052. No, 052 is not the good code. That's not the good code. Hold on. Let me give y'all the. And if y'all need, y'all know y'all can always send me messages, but I have the IRS tax code book. Oh, it's tax code 179. So if you see 179, that's a good thing. Okay, that just means it's processing. There's nothing wrong. But if you go on your tax transcripts and you seeing that date of April 18th, because that's the last day of tax season this year, then I would be concerned and go to where's my refund and see if it's showing anything. If it doesn't show anything, you need to get on the phone and call the IRS. And or you can ask your tax person. A lot of people uh don't. Okay. All right, let me keep going here. Let me see what y'all saying. And again, if you're new, if somebody stopped in, please follow. I appreciate it. All right, it says, is it true if you make under 20K in Uber earnings, you don't pay taxes on it? I've been confused on this. So Uber, it's not that you don't pay taxes on it, okay? Because if you get an Uber statement, you will see that there are taxes and fees and stuff that they do charge you. I think what you're talking about is them reporting it to the IRS. I think that is what you're talking about. So that is something that's changing from this year to the next year. Okay, guys, it is called the de minimis tax reporting rule. Okay, and the reason you guys don't get a 1099K from not 1099K, the reason you guys don't get a 1099, well, I could say a K, but I guess Uber wouldn't do it. So let me explain. 1099K is when you use the swipe card. So if you do PayPal, Square, and the de minimis reporting rule says that if you have $20,000 in sales and 200 transactions, then that is the only time that they report it to the IRS, right? But that's changing. It has changed last year, but you guys are going to see now that if you have $600, they're going to report it. So one, if you were the Uber or Lyft or any of those things and you hit the $600, they're going to start reporting it. Okay. And so it's not that you're not paying taxes on it, because most people who have Uber or Lyft or any of those things, you should report that income, not just because you made it, but because you can itemize. So you could actually use that as a business and actually in some cases are able to get a larger tax refund because you actually have write-offs. Okay. So you they probably don't report it. Well, let me say that back. They send everything to the IRS. The IRS is probably maybe not expecting you to, but I've never seen someone come back and the IRS said that they didn't report Uber um, uh, money. But I would tell you, if you do, you need to put it on your taxes because it can benefit you in a much greater way. Okay, so I tell people to always put their business on there. All right. Let's see. You better not be selfish with me, but you never have. I love you. And when I blow, you know you're blowing too. I know that's right. And if y'all are looking for hair, someone to do your hair, and or start a business selling hair. If you're on here on Facebook, I do have information. Y'all, somebody, her name is Hair Lady Boss. Okay, and you can, that is her name actually on IG and all of that. All right, but if y'all interested, so I have people. I have entrepreneur friends too. Okay, and like I said, we are gonna be selfish with our time, and you know put people where they need to be so that we can continue to grow and be great. All right. So she said it's under 10,000. So everyone that comes to me with an Uber printout, because that's usually what y'all have, they don't want to leave the income out. They want to put it in because, like I said, you could do write-offs. So if you have one, I would do it. Okay. All right, I will definitely report it and use that to your benefit. Okay. What about this new PPP fraud list? Well, there isn't a new PPP fraud list. It's the same PPP fraud list. Now there's a couple places y'all could go because somebody actually messaged me the other day. It's so weird about this PPP fraud list, and so maybe somebody making it seem like it's new, but it's not. There's actually a company out there called Arnold and Porter. If y'all need the link, please send me a message or just go to Google and type Arnold and Porter, Porter, and you can do PPP fraud and it'll bring up their website. Okay. And this website, they track all the cases. Um, and show you the status. They have a link in there. You can go right to the indictment. You can read about everything, but then you can also go to PPP Detective, and PPP Detective lists where you can actually search the business, and then you can find out if they got a loan or not. Okay. Hey Nicola, how are you? All right, let's see what you're saying. These credit people out here getting these folks. Yeah, they definitely are. Which is why I tell people I don't consider myself doing credit repair. I'll say a credit coach, simply because, well, credit repair people are being targeted. Why wouldn't they be targeted? These companies don't want you guys to get out of debt. So if that's something that you guys do, I would just be mindful on what you call yourself when it comes to dealing with credit, because you could be making yourself a target. Okay. And if you know, hey, Chef Hollywood, how you doing? 'Cause y'all on here, y'all go follow Chef Hollywood. Okay. She makes everything look good. She's a vegan, and I don't know how she do it, but she make everything look good. So go follow her. Okay. Because she need to have her own cooking show. All right. So if y'all notice, getting back, staying on track with credit, if you try to get a loan for your business and they find out that you do credit repair, they won't. That's on the list of unapproved businesses. Okay, credit repair is one of them. They also, if you do credit repair, Cash App will close your account immediately. So if you're paying someone through Cash App for credit repair, you can't put that in the comments, because that will flag the other person's account. Now they may let you get away with it a few times, but after more than a few, you will get a notice in your email saying we've closed your account because you work in an unapproved business. All right. So they're definitely coming after people who do credit repair. So I would definitely look at changing that title if that's what you call yourself. Okay. That's right. Starlight says, don't forget to hit the like button. Thank you, Starlight. Okay. I'm gonna have to bring Starlight on here, y'all, so I can show y'all. She gonna explain to us how to read our astrological chart. I am very curious of how to do that. Okay, the birth chart. All right, so we might have to get her on here to explain that to us. All right, let me see what y'all saying. Should I get a house before filing bankruptcy? Well, that wouldn't make any sense, in my opinion. To get a house before filing bankruptcy. Um, well, I can tell you a couple reasons why. One, if you buy a home and then go immediately into bankruptcy, um, well, your mortgage company might not like that. Okay, so they probably pissed off about it that you did that. Okay, that doesn't mean that you can't do it, but it probably will ruffle some feathers. All right. Um, Two, you may change the status of your bankruptcy if you get a house. If you have no home, you may qualify for a Chapter 7. If you buy a house, depending on how much it's worth, you might be have a Chapter 13, and now that's not the bankruptcy that you wanted. So, in my opinion, this the broker you are, the better. Okay, because bankruptcy will work out better for a person that's more broke than somebody that has something. So I would just file bankruptcy, and then I would wait your 24 months, the 2 years that you have to wait, and then buy. Okay. All right. Marissa says I have a tax topic 152. Tax topic 152 is fine. That's another good one. Okay. I'll tell you. La, 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 la. Okay, yeah. So that just means it's being processed. So that's actually a good thing. Okay. Let's see. Juanita says on my transcript, it's saying date of release on the 27th. So if that's the date of release of the 27th, then that means that is when the money is coming. If it was like January 27th, then it shouldn't take that long. So it should be February 27th. So that should mean that's when you should expect to get your money, around that time, if not on that exact date. If you get paid with Cash App and gift is on the memo line, are you taxed on it? Um, so based off of what I'm reading, I'm going to say no. You are, well, let me take that back. Let me take that back. Hold on. Because in some cases they do tax on gifts. So I would say yes. Okay. So let me take that back. I would say yes, a gift is something that would be taxable. Because even if you put that you gave your car to someone as a gift, when you go down to the registration, they still make you pay tax, at least on $100 or something like that, or a dollar or something. So that's why you never put a gift. You always say you sold it for a dollar. So I would say if you're putting something in your memo line, I would put refund, half of the rent, something like that, versus a gift. Because a gift could be it's cash, and if it's cash, the IRS wants to tax it. Um, who I want to know what scammers they talking about? It's a no. Oh yeah. So let me tell you now. If you're talking about them PPP, folks, it's crazy that they're taking the little guys to jail too. It just makes no sense. Some of those guys were targeted, and it's a shame that those guys are going to jail. All right. It says I filed married separately. I have a 1099. Does my husband have to itemize his return too? Well, my first question would be, Miss J, why would you be filing separate? Uh, um, and the reason why I ask is because usually married people should file together unless there's some type of situation why. If you itemize, he should itemize too. But anybody going to be head of household? And if he is just going to be filing single, um, does he have anything to itemize? You can send me a message. We can talk about it because I know there's a lot of questions I ask. It's hard to give you an answer without knowing more information. Okay. All right. We're still waiting. Yes, I know. I know you're waiting on the class. The class is gonna be available in March. We are finishing up. I'm getting my marketing and stuff done. Okay. So I will have classes for y'all that we could talk about and show y'all stuff. You want to learn how to read your tax transcripts? You want to learn how to read your 1040 forms? That's what these classes are going to do. All right. So they're going to start in March, but I'm getting my stuff together. That's why I haven't talked about it so much yet because it's not ready yet. Okay. Let me tell y'all, I do have the new grant list for February. It's about 8 pages. Okay. So it should be on the website tonight, my shamikasaves.com website. If not tonight, in the morning. But you can go and download it. So I found a way to put a link on my page so you guys can just go every month and get the download. Okay. So that you can it's a little Excel spreadsheet. It has the links and everything already in it. And as soon as I get the list, I'll just put the new one up every month and you guys could just go there and get it. Okay. It's completely free. It says, what else is on the list for unapproved businesses for creditors? So it's not for creditors, but it's for the bank. Unapproved business would be selling sex toys. Okay. Um, that is not an approved business. Credit repair is not an approved business. Anything dealing with gambling is not an approved business. Of course, anything dealing with the sex industry is not going to be approved either. Those types of, in some cases, alcohol too. In some cases, you have to go to a high risk bank who will give you, that will take you on. And what they do is, instead of you paying 2% of your money like to PayPal when you do your swipe, you may have to pay them 5%. So when you go and have these high risk businesses, you usually pay more because there's a lot of risk involved. Tax, I would say anything in the tax industry will probably soon be considered to be high risk too. I bet you a lot of people don't even know that there's a surety bond out there if someone does your taxes. If you're a tax preparer, if you're a credit repair person, you can get bonds that protect you. So in the event something happens, you can go to your insurance, and if you're being sued, now you have protection. Okay, so if that's something y'all interested in, you can do that. A lot of businesses do offer, a lot of industries do offer that to protect yourself. All right. Okay. Let's see what y'all saying. So there wasn't any. I'm trying to think. Was there anything good to talk about that? It's kind of slow right now because we're just right here in tax season. It said instead of laying these credit people, go file Chapter 7. Oh, you said instead of paying these people. Yeah, in some cases, I think a lot of people just need to file bankruptcy. I honestly do. I know people think that bankruptcy is not credit repair, and I don't consider bankruptcy to be credit repair, but it definitely will get a lot of you the opportunity that you did not have, and that was to learn how to have a fair chance to manage your credit. Now, I'm not going to lie, I have a few people that we are on bankruptcy number two. Okay, I have some bankruptcy number three. Those people are, they're few far in between, but there are some people that don't learn a lesson and they just continue to have that bad habit. Okay, so if you do use bankruptcy to get yourself out of debt and to start over, that's exactly what it is supposed to be, a fresh start, and to make better decisions so that you're not in this situation again. Okay, that's why they make you wait 2 years. Um, before you can go and buy anything. They don't want you to go and get into major debt when you couldn't handle what you had to begin with. And that's okay. There's no shade. That's just how it is. I've been there myself. So definitely ain't passing no judgment. All right. Can you get anything back if you pay a car note? Can you get anything back if you pay a car note? If you use your car for your business and you file self-employment, or on your taxes, you can write off uh, the interest from your car payment. I've even seen people take some of their car note. They take a third of it and they put that in because they may use that car for that business. That's why when you do your mileage and stuff, the IRS asks, is there another car that you use this car um, specifically for this business, or do you have another car available? Because you can write those things off. So yes. All right, all right. Where do you find what, Julie? Is income limits on bankruptcy? No. Trump filed bankruptcy and he's good, super rich. So no, there's no income limits. Um, what you're asking is if someone makes a lot of money, they may not be able to file a certain chapter. So yeah, if you make a certain, dollar amount, and that depends on a lot of things, um, then they may say because of your income, you can't file a chapter 7. You have to file chapter 13. So it's not a limit. So you can make any amount of money. It just your income will determine which chapter you file. Says if you do file bankruptcy, can you still file taxes and get something back? Yes, you can. I've seen people get file bankruptcy and the trustee doesn't ask for anything. But then I've seen some where the trustee will say, "Hey, I need you to give us half," and that's it. I've never seen it get completely taken. Okay, it says Simone says, as of this date, February 13th on the top, then a couple spaces down, and date April 15. Right under that, February 2023, or the date return date or return say date. I'll have to look at that, Simone. That's a lot. That's a lot. I would go with the February 20th date. Okay, I would go with February 20th, not the April 15th one. But I'll go in the message and look and give you an answer. Nicola says I was going to set up some time with you, but had to work today. It's all right. I'm here. Just let me whenever you're ready. Okay. Where do you find these codes? On Where's My Refund? When you go to Where's My Refund, there'll be a code assigned to everybody's tax return. Okay. The IRS does actually have a tax code book. It's a little booklet. I may put that on the website so that you guys can go and get that. So then you can just look up your code to know what it is. Okay. But most of y'all only get like maybe the same 5. So I don't even know if you care to see that big old book. Okay. Yes, that would be good for Wednesday. What's Wednesday? Oh, okay. Oh, that's gonna be good for us to talk about on Wednesday. Okay, Miss Daryl. All right. Let me keep going. It says about to divorce. Oh, okay. So but just because you're about to divorce, let me say this, it does not mean you need to file separate because you guys are still married. So you still could file married filing joint. You just have to choose who is the return going to be carried under whose social. And usually when we do it, if it's a husband and wife, we always put the man first. Okay. But I've had some women say, no, put me first. It's up to you. And the reason you do that is because if you want to go and look it up, it's easy to look it up under your account. Okay, if he's one of those kind of men that don't care and he just wants to file taxes, I would just say, hey, let's file together. And like I said, we could talk about it offline, but file together so we can get all our benefits. Filing separate actually hurts you, okay, because you're doing married filing separate. I would not recommend that. Okay. There are lots of grants out there. Okay, let me. As a matter of fact, that's one I was going to tell you about real quick. So I just got an email today from the SBA, and there is a new one. This is not on my list, but this is a new grant. But what I like about this grant is there's three different stages. So you may just win in stage one, okay, and don't have to worry about two or three. But basically, they're looking for what is this called? The Grant Accelerator Fund. Okay, so basically they want businesses to apply. And I can send this to anybody if anybody cares, but it's called the Grant Accelerator Fund, and it ranges from 50,000 up to $200,000. 50,000 is the stage one prize. Um, I think it said 50,000 to 150 is the second stage prize, and then 200,000 is the third stage prize. And basically, they're looking for ways, better ways to reach out to, I want to say, to the community. That's kind of what I'm getting, okay, from this grant. So the SBA has money, and they're looking for whether it's an individual or a company to help them come up with better ways to reach out to the network partners, and in effect reach out to the people in the community, so because they feel that nobody is utilizing SBA, okay, and I would tell them that nobody's utilizing y'all because nobody understands it. Okay, so I might even apply myself, so I could just I got a couple ideas for them. Okay, so it's the Grant Accelerator Fund, and it's with SBA, and like I said, it goes all the way up from 50,000 to $200,000. And I did look at the application, and it's like 2 pages. Okay, it's just answering some questions about yourself, and then uploading a video of you explaining what you would do, or a slide deck, or one PowerPoint slide with an illustration of what you would do. I, to me, it's not that hard. Give it a shot if y'all are interested. Okay. All right. Lala Care says, if I get a trade line off trade line supply, how long will it stay on my credit? If you get a trade line off trade line supply, it's usually only going to stay for three. I think my computer's freezing. It's only going to stay for 3 months. Okay. All right. Trade lines only stay for 3 to 4 months anyway. Okay. So if you buy them from any place, that's how long they stay. Unless you're being an authorized user on somebody that you can stay on forever until they take you off. But it's usually only 3 months. All right. It says, hi, what's your email? Need help with W4? My email is shamikasaves@gmail. And yeah, because some of y'all definitely need help with y'all W4. Okay. And if you need help with the W4, you're going to either have to have your taxes or your pay stub, so we can find out how much you are short to determine what it is that you need to adjust. All right. Hey, Miss Olga. It says, for 1099, is it better to file mileage or deductibles and or both? Um, I would always tell you to file mileage, not gas. I think that might be what you're asking. And I do think that if you have other expenses, you should. Um, a lot of y'all are working and y'all use y'all light at y'all home. I mean, hell, I'm using it right now. So you don't think that some of the electric bill is going to be in on those taxes? Yeah. Okay. That the water, somebody come over and have a meeting, uh, you know, they got to flush the toilet. I mean, you know what I'm saying? So some of y'all might not be taking everything that you should. But like I said, be mindful, okay? You can't say that you had $17,000 in expenses, but your business only made $500. The math ain't mathing. And that's definitely what the IRS is going to come back and say, okay? So let me give you an example. That they and basically I like I agree to is not you there get out of everything. or however you choose. There's options. By